Hi, I've had this Homelite 42cc chainsaw for about, 10 years or so. It's worked great, always reliable. But recently when I was, trying to cut a small little tree down, once it, worked for about 5 minutes or so, it just, shut down. It feels like it gets really hot quickly too. So then I have to cool it down for a while, and then it starts up again, but then it bogs down really easily. So I'm going to take this apart and check out what the story is on the carburetor on the inside. 2 screws here that lift the cowling, and the filter's kind of dirty, and looks like some specks may have gotten in there. So I'm going to take this apart. So it's torque screws, 2 of them, that hold the air cleaner cover together. That's attached to the carburetor. It's tough to do this with one hand, but what are you going to do? Careful not to lose the screws. Okay. So yeah, kind of dirty, right? I could see how easy it is that some sawdust could get in there. I'm going to take this apart too. See, first thing here is the choke lever. Make sure you remember where this goes and how it goes in. And then you've got the fuel return line there. And the fuel line there with the bulb. So we're going to disconnect this from the carburetor and that. Make sure you clamp them off so that it doesn't leak fuel everywhere. And then we'll open up the carburetor here. This is the diaphragm. I'm going to open this up. So I just took the fuel lines, deattached the fuel lines, but then I noticed that the throttle lever linkage here fell off, and I don't remember which one of these holes it went into. But I guess if you look really carefully, there's a little bit of wear on that first one there. I'm pretty sure that's where it goes. So, a little bit of research will usually prevail, as these other holes look in pristine condition. And the only one that has wear is the first one there on the top. So I'm pretty sure that's where it goes, as long as you know. So now we're going to take this part off first and see what's inside and clean it off with the carburetor cleaner. That's the first step. So I've loosened the screws here. Some dirt, not too bad. I'm going to peel away the gasket there and see if there's any dirt. We're going to clean out all these holes there with carburetor cleaner, the nozzle. Okay, so I cleaned the inside with some carburetor cleaner, and there was some, debris and sawdust on the mesh part of the inside. So I cleaned that out with carburetor fluid. So we're not going to take apart this diaphragm here. So I just removed the 4 screws of the diaphragm. As you can see, some sawdust in there, debris. A little bit may not have caused so much problems, but got to contribute somewhat to the lack of the performance. We're gonna slowly peel away this mesh diaphragm cover. So use a little razor blade, and I went around the sides very carefully. It's pretty clean, very clean actually, as well as the inside as well. I'm going to remove this screw and remove the pin and blow carburetor fluid in there. See how this works? This is depressed, and so the pin comes up and down, almost like a seesaw. I'm going to remove this screw and take this axle out, this pin assembly with the spring. Be careful of the spring in there, it doesn't pop out. And then the needle, which seats onto the valve on the inside. We're going to blow carburetor fluid through all these little holes. So after I remove that, that's what it looks like. Pin, axle, spring. Be careful of that spring. Make sure you know exactly how to put it back. So now we're going to blow air in there. So I use carburetor fluid and blow out all the holes. And you know, there's this little tiny hole there that, you know, it's hard for you to blow out. But just to make sure that's not clogged, we're going to take one of these twisty ties, and we're going to shear off the covering, and so it reveals the wire. We're going to stick that wire into the hole to make sure it's clear. So that's what you get, and we're just going to stick it in there. We're going to do that to all the holes, okay? So I just cleaned that out, and then it occurred to me that you see the part here with the hole there and the hole there? Well, I don't remember now if the hole was here and there and there, or here and there. So I'm going to have to stop this video and go back and look at this video just to make sure. Now, common sense would say that the hole would be on the same side as each of these flaps, see? But it could be there and there, which I doubt, but I am going to have to stop this video and go back to the video and look at it just to make sure, because, you know, you just want to make sure. So I was wrong. I looked at the video, and it's common sense is not there, and it's actually like this. The words were on the left, the holes were north and south, and I'll put that back together again. So it was a real pain to get that entire assembly back in there with those screws. I mean, the gaskets lined up and all that. And now, if I could just remember how to do this, I think it was this. Pop it back in. There you go. Yep, that looks right. I'm gonna go rinse that off. Some soap and water, get that clean, dried off. We'll put it back in there again and start it up. Idle's good, rev's good. That's all it needed was a carburetor clean, a comprehensive one. Even idles well. Nothing to it. See you later.